to start making some more of the videos, double sticky hands and the attacks and blocks that go in those. I want to review the mechanics of bong sao and tan sao one more time. Now, it's important to understand that everything we do operates within this triangle of my arms, because within this triangle is how I can best use my body to support my arms. Remember, if I'm going to push a car, you would naturally push a car going like this. If you say, hey, I got to push that car, my arms would come in, going forward with my arms within the shoulder frame of my body. That's why everything we do works within that triangle. So the triangle extends from my shoulder as the base, going forward to the apex, so my arms are parallel to the ground. This is the operation of my triangle. This is where everything works. I don't want to go outside of this triangle. I don't want to go away from the triangle, because the more that I go away from the triangle, the less I can use my body to support my arms when I'm applying my craft. So, that being understood, this is what the forms are teaching us. The forms are teaching us how to move our body, how to use our body as a complete structure. Arm, body, legs working together as a total unit, one single body structure. So within the form, in the third section, there's the part where I'm going from bong sao, dropping the elbow down, and then doing what we'll call a pao sao motion. So it's important to understand how these motions are working within the triangle. So as I said, here's my triangle. Everything I do stays within that triangle. So when I'm going forward with my bong sao, remember, my elbow should not be flaring out as my bong sao is going towards the apex of this triangle. I need to go forward. Right from here, I open up and I'm going forward, following this elbow forearm line to the target. As my middle knuckle gets into the center line right here, I'm going to start to turn over, and I'm still drilling forward. Notice my elbow is not flaring up this way, because if I do it that way when I'm training within the form, I'm going to do it that way when I'm doing chi sao. And if I do it that way when I do chi sao, I'm not going to have my body behind my motion. If I have to push something, I push going forward with that. I don't push going this way. I want to go forward with that. So as my middle knuckle gets into the center line, my forearm starts turning over, and my elbow is still going forward, drilling to the apex of the triangle. So, and then now it's a common misconception that when I'm going from bong sao and I'm dropping down, that they think this is within the single stick motion. That's actually not correct. This motion, when I'm going from bong sao and I'm dropping down, this is just teaching you how to go from a high elbow position to a low elbow position to cover your body. So in case somebody comes in and punches, and I can come in here and I can drop my elbow. And now, notice here, stay within the triangle. I didn't come in here and drop and try to cut across my body or anything like that, because everything that we're teaching, again, is understanding how the body naturally works. So when you're doing the bong sao motion and transitioning to the tan sao motion, my elbow is dropping down, and then at the end of the motion here, I'm drilling forward. But that drill motion with the tan sao actually happens from the first section. When I'm going from here, I'm in fuk sao, and I snap forward to tan sao. That's the little forward focus motion that I'm doing within the sticky hand motion. So I'm going bong sao, back down to tan sao. Bong, tan. Now, if you notice here, here's where my center line crosses my arm. So when I'm going from here and I'm going forward, notice my arm isn't just going up. Like I said, I don't want to go up with my elbow going out right here, but I'm going forward. Again, here's my apex of the triangle. My arm goes forward to that, so I'm actually going, again, now this is how it relates to the punch. My elbow, forearm line, going forward, just like I was going to punch. And as my motion goes forward, it starts to turn over, and I'm still drilling forward with that. Now, here's a very important thing to note with the bong sao. The final action of the bong sao is a downward stroke. Okay? It's not just going forward here. If I do that, all I will end up doing is going to be pushing against whatever is in contact with me. And I don't want to use my arm to push this way, because if I use my arm to push this way, again, I'm not using my body. I'm putting my arm in place, and ultimately my body will go forward, dealing with whatever is going to be in contact with it. But that downward stroke is key, and it has to be practiced. I'm going forward, circling, drilling down at the end of that motion. And then from here, I'm dropping, and again, it's just a slight drill. You notice here, my shoulder is just dropping. That's all it's doing. My shoulder stretches. That's it. Just a natural stretch. And you notice how far my elbow is away from my shirt? Again, it's practically touching my shirt. The whole one fist away from your body, it's kind of a misnomer, because a lot of times people think, like, oh, it has to be this far away from your body. Well, technically speaking, that one fist is from your mid-axillary line, that line that divides the body into the rear and front half. That's that one fist-ish distance that you can use as a marker. But more importantly, is learn to feel where the position is within the body, because everything we do is based on ultimately me feeling my own structure and being able to adjust that structure so that I maintain the control and the neutrality of that structure. You have to just ask yourself this simple question with Tanzao. If I'm holding a 30-pound dumbbell in my hand, can I hold it longer here or here? And if I'm holding my Tanzao out here, my shoulder is going to fatigue a hell of a lot faster than if I hold that same dumbbell and I hold it right here. That's how you know if your body is using, if your arm is using the proper body support with whatever technique you're doing. Can it actually support some weight? As a singular test, you just have to ask yourself conceptually where that is, because then I'll be able to have my arm more relaxed. If my arm is out here, I have more tension in my arm. That's just common sense 101. If you don't understand that, practice. And if you want something, put that 20, 30-pound dumbbell in your hand. See if you can feel a difference. Hold it here and hold it here. And see which way you can hold it more. All right, good luck.